What kind of men do you like? I was hoping you're a Pee-wee single, and I was...
Well, As a matter of fact, you won't believe this, but I'm telling you, Joan, I know from first-hand experience, Pee-wee is such a stud. I swear.
Pee-wee?
He is my idea of a hunky guy. I mean, any guy that wears more makeup than me is all right.
All right, my brothers and my sisters, how you doing? Cheers to you. I want to say it's so cool to see all the shops that are opening up. I've seen a lot of people out there just hunting and finding stuff, and things are getting back to normal, at least in the community. So, it's really cool. That's really cool. I'm getting ready to do my 1,000K celebration contest of champions. I should hopefully have the promo out by sometime tomorrow. And we're having 4 channels. We're battling it out like a game show, Jeopardy, comic book trivia. And things are coming together great. That's going to be September 6th on a Sunday. So cheers to that. Stackers from Dollar Tree. So, runner-up prizes. For runner-up number 3, a nice sealed hardcover Brian Boland, the DC Art of. Got these at Ollie's. So I picked up 3 of them. Kept one for myself. And then runner-up number 2 also gets a nice minty copy. And I've already looked into these. Man, the Brian Boland art in here is so cool that it made me want to go out searching dollar bins. And I did a Brian Boland cover haul many videos back, but I was able to go out and find a bunch of them for $1. And his art is just so cool. And then the main prize is number 1, April 68, Iron Man and Submariner number 1. This is from my PC. This is to you for appreciation. So I don't have a double. I'm giving up my baby. That's how much I appreciate support from the community. And this is, it's probably like a 5.5 copy. So it's pretty decent. Let me give you a little close-up to that. So, yeah, it's a decent copy. So this probably retails, I wouldn't think, about a $60, $70 book. So, and what it is whoever wins the trivia will pick a random pick from subs that they chose out of my channel. So, speaking of Ollie's, I talked with my friend yesterday, Steve. I think it was Steve. I don't remember who it was. Told me that Ollie's has got hardcover books back in. This is cover-to-cover Superman I picked up from Ollie's for $6. And then I picked up this one. I have some of these issues, but this is the full run in here, and you can see inside it's the full run of the color print comics. Just imagine Stan Lee. He reimagines all the DC, and it's listed here: Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, The Flash, JLA, Robin, Shazam, Aquaman, Catwoman, Sandman, Crisis, and more. With all these artists: Joe Kubert, Jim Lee, John Buscema, Dave Gibbons, Kevin McGuire, Jerry Ordway, John Byrne, Gary Frank, Scott McDaniel, Chris Bacalo, Walter Simonson, and John Cassidy, and more. And this was $13. Brand new, still sealed. So on with the haul. So this was a Good Girl haul. So I put some Golden Age books here. So I'm covering all the eras of Good Girl. So we got Silver Age, Bronze, Modern, and then Golden. So I went to my LCS, Bearded Brown Coat of Ocala. They're having a back issue half off sale for the next few weeks. As long as the free comic books keep coming out, they keep having the sale. So I popped in there, and this one I bought from a different store last year for $5. So this is Elvira #1, first appearance of Elvira in comics. But they had quite a few books out of the run for $1.50, so they were $3. So they were half off. So I got #2 so the next Elvira's would be $1.50. It's a beautiful cover, and this is by Mark Beecham. See if I'll flip my phone a little bit so we can get a better look at the whole cover. There you go. Nice, really cool cover. These are all 9/8 copies, I believe. And this is, okay, I'm sorry, this was #5. I got it out of order. So that's #5 from July '86. So these are just, this is the year that the newsstand became less printed than the direct. So in '86 it switched. In '86 and before, the direct market comics were more lower print runs. So this is #2. This is a Denzi Cohen cover from April '86. Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm reading these. I read most of them. It's really good. So she takes over as the curator for the House of Mystery. That's why it's called Elvira's House of Mystery, August 1986. And this is probably the least sexy of the covers. I think I went back and I left this one in the beginning, and then I went back and got it. So I actually paid $3 because I got it during the week. And then I went back and got this one that I left there. This is September '86, first Future Robotic Elvira in comics. I already had this, had already found it in a dollar bin. But I thought, these are really tough to find. You don't see these in back issue bins. So I went back and I picked up this one for $3. So I have 2 near-mint copies of that. Maybe I'll throw that in with the first prize on the contest. And then this is #8, October '86. Very cool. And in the beginning of this video, you saw, because I've put in here, there was actually an Elvira TV show that they had shot. I don't know how many episodes, but at least they shot the pilot. And it never aired, but it is on YouTube, and hopefully I can find it and put it here at the beginning of the video. This one's a really cool cover. This is #9. And that's from November '86. So yeah, these are tough to find. I mean, they don't go for a whole lot. I did look them up. Most of them, average with shipping on eBay, you're going to pay somewhere between $12 and $15 for a near-mint copy. So to get them for $1.50, not bad. So give me another sip of my gyrating grape. So those covered the Bronze Age era of the good girl part of this video. So the next 2 I got at another shop that I've been trying to go for a while, but he doesn't open till noon and it's further away. And usually when I'm about town, I try to get home early. Mainly because as my job as a truck driver, I always try to get back to the house because I'm never home. So I finally got over there. I did a job cutting grass over there, which was a whole debacle, but finally got over there, talked with the guy, sat there. We chatted for a while, went through his bins. Smaller shop, focuses on gaming and coffee, but he likes comics, but obviously comics don't bring in most of the profit for these shops. So these were 2 books I got for $2. These cover the modern portion of The Good Girl. Adam Hughes, cover number 164, January 2001. And I actually read this. This was really, really good. And I forget the writer. And I really got enthralled into the story and enjoyed it. It's called Gods of Gotham Part 1. Then I read this one, and this is kind of the money book. This goes for $15, $5 shipping, so I would say $20. Adam Hughes, April 2007. I knew that was going to happen. It always does. Well, what can you do? I read this, and I don't know who the writer was, but it was quite not as good. I didn't get hooked into the story. Started getting confused and like, what's going on here? But made it through the end. But this is a beautiful high grade, number 189. This one's not listed in the key collector, but this one is. And I use that key collector app all the time. You never know, it gives you good information. Now, the dates in it are wonky. You got to be careful on the dates. And the interior artist is never really right. Usually they list the cover artist as the artist of the book, so it gets confusing. So just be aware of that when you're using that app. But other than that, it really is good. If you really want to know, like this book, I knew it was Adam Hughes. I had no idea this was worth $15. This one isn't or listed, so that tells me that I definitely wanted to pick this one up. If I had only $2, I would grab that one, thanks to the key collector app. So it is a great tool to have, and it's pretty fast. Now, so that covers the modern portion of the Good Girls. Now, this one I got at the half price sale at the big shop here in town, and this is listed in the key collector app. It is Lois Lane, number 122, and there you go. It's a triple bondage cover. So it's just listed as a bondage cover. It's from May 1972. It's a really nice copy. I'd probably put this at the $8.85 range, and I paid $3, so $3.50, so it was $7 full price. But you got Thorn tied up, you got Lois Lane tied up, and then you got this girl on the bottom tied up in a mini skirt or really short shorts. So there you go. So that's your Silver Age. Well, technically it's bronze, but let's use it to cover the Silver Age portion of the video, since it's only 2 years away from 1970. So, man, that's a really nice book, and I didn't have this one too for $3.50. And then I threw in another Golden Age. I picked this up a couple years ago for $20 from Captain Kirk's Geek Shop here in Ocala, sponsor of the channel. If you're in Ocala and you hit there, just tell them that you saw this video and get $5 off $40 or more, which, you know, it's not a bad deal. Saving $5, that's another comic. Okay, so this was $5. He had several copies of this behind the counter, and he said he just got them all in the collection. He asked me, what does it go for? So I looked it up on the Key Collector app. It says near mint copy, which this is $10. First appearance of Corona. So he goes, okay, so I'll just sell it to you for $5. Pretty cool. And I got a big key coming up at the end from this shop. So this was released in May 1991. So that goes to tell you that the coronavirus has been around for a long time. Everybody's known what it is as far as the science and medical community. It's nothing new. But a lot of this stuff, these closing of businesses and all this stuff, that's new. Not going to get into it, but it's more politics than it is safety at this point. And it's sad, but like I said, I'm not getting into that. So this was there. This isn't really go for anything. It's just the #1 issue. I read it, and it was fun. It had like a Amazing Fantasy 15 Origin of Spider-Man issue with Peter Parker in high school. And I think that's what they were going for. This is his first ongoing series. He's the son of the Juggernaut, and that's from October 1998. Then I picked up a second copy of this for $2. Why not? First appearance of Wild Thing, Wolverine and Elektra's daughter. And this is also the first appearance of Wolverine and Elektra's son, who's also Wolverine, James Howlett. This is from February 1990. That's just a pretty cool $2. I think I picked up the other one for $1. And it's just a fun comic. So I bought some Bronze Age books from the shop closest to me, which is another sponsor of the channel, Vibranium Comics. Spend $50, get $5 off. And if you go to the show August 22nd here in town at the mall, you get 10% off if you mention this channel at his booth and at Captain Kirk's. But I had bought a Marvel feature, first appearance of Ant-Man, or as Hank Pym as Ant-Man again. He had this one there. I left it because I already had it. But I said, you know what? You don't find these books for $5. $5 on this. And I remember reading this. I remember the story well. Very well written story. Cool art inside by Herb Trimp. Mike Friedrich on the script. And Janet Pym's chauffeur, who's been her chauffeur for a few years, has been secretly undercover as a villain and just waiting for the right moment to come after him. And he thinks that Hank Pym is dead, so he attacks Janet, trying to get her to actually woo her in the beginning, to get her to marry him because she's a millionaire. And, you know, he's like, your husband's dead, you need a man around. And of course she rebuffs him. He gets mad and then reveals himself as Whirlwind. So pretty cool story. I read it years ago, and it's one of those stories that's so cool that you won't forget it. So for $5, I'll pick up a second copy. This is from November 1970, and I left off the last number, but I'm going to say, I think it's 1971 or 2. Number 6. Again, how often are you going to find a cool Bronze Age book like this for $5? And it's not beat up either. Usually if you find them for $5, they're beat up. So, man, this video is already at 15 minutes. I need to get me another hydration here. This one I also left, and I called him. I said, do you still have those 2 books? He actually had them set them aside for the Comic Fest coming up. And he said, yes. I said, hold them for me. So I got this one for 10. And this is a key. I mean, not a major key. And it's probably a 5.0 copy. I don't have number 1, but now I have number 2. Now check out that Brunner cover. Anytime you get a Bronze Age Brunner, you're getting your money's worth, because the cover is going to just be outstanding. And it is. Look at that. Now this is a key, and part of the key is only listed on the Key Collector app. So I emailed him and explained that he only had it half explained on what this is. And did I show this? I may have showed this already in a video, I think. Did I? Yes. I got old, I forget, so I think I did show this, maybe last haul. But it's Unofficial DC Crossover. It has a centerfold that's a 2-panel or a 2-page spread. Shows a hand with a ring on, the Green Lantern ring, and a spilled goblet of yellow tea. Then on the other side of the cover, or the page, it shows the server of the tea, who looks like to be Green Arrow, because you know at the time it was a Green Lantern Green Arrow book. And he's the one serving the tea, and Nick Fury makes reference to him and his yellow beard. So obviously they're making reference to the Green Arrow. So this is from August 74. Steve Englehart and then Frank Brunner on interiors. And he does a killer John Buscema rendition of the Silver Surfer in here in a couple panels. Really cool. Okay, picked this up at the antique store. I had been there. I knew it was there. I left it. It was $12. I went back and I finally grabbed it. Actually, in high grade, this book is $50 book. So I got it for right about what it's worth. It's probably a 7.0. Scooby-Doo and Marvel Comics number 1. This is from October 77. But this is the first appearance, here, wait for it, of Dino Mutt in comics. Yeah. Hey, BF. So you guys remember that? Blue Falcon, Dynamut. Pretty cool. $12, antique store find. And yeah, I guess this book's pretty tough to find, from what I understand. Okay, so back to the other big store, half price sale. I had this book already, but this one was high grade, so it's upgrade for me. It's probably like a 9.0 copy. Brave and the Bold, number 130, with Joker and Two-Face appearance. Number 130 from October 76. And I think I paid $3.50 for that. And I think for $3.50, another Bronze Age book, you're just not going to find this nice of a copy for that usually. Then I picked this one up for 50 cents, so it was $1. They had a couple Jonah Hex, but this one was in really high grade and I didn't have it. And this is, I think this is also written by Mike Friedrich, and the art is by, Tony DeZinga or something like that. The art is incredible. The story is unbelievable. I got so caught up in the story, and it was a two-parter, that when it said continued, I got so mad because it was so good and I was so into it. But there's a backup feature that has El Diablo, and if you don't know who he is, he was actually, I don't forget the name, the Grim guy from Atlas Seaboard Comics. So they brought him back. They brought him over to DC, kept his powers and his origin, just changed his name. So pretty cool. This is number 74. I love Jonah Hex. Jonah Hex is by far the best ever written Western series comic book in comic books, period. Always well done. I always wondered why it never translated the incredible writing over to other series in DC. That they could always do so good with this book, and then other stuff just fell flat. So half price again. These were $7. These are like 8.5, 9.0s, but I didn't have this. First appearance of first time Zatara joins the JLA, and her new costume, which this could be another sexy good girl cover category. And man, her costume in here, it's not the one in the 80s, the purple and black and white striped one. This one I never knew existed, so it didn't last too long, but she looks really hot in here. And this is number 161, December 78. Pretty decent story. And it ties in with her quest to find her father. If you haven't read that, I think her first cover and second appearance is in the Hawkman series. I do have that. And I read that. So she was on a quest to find her father through the early bronze to the mid bronze through different DC books. Picked up a second copy of this, another really nice great copy. I have it already. But this is the first and last appearance of Shazam Squadron of Justice. So you got the appearance of Bullet Man, Bullet Girl, Spy Smasher, Mr. Scarlet and Pinky, and Ibis. So all the Fawcett characters from the Golden Age, and they make their appearance in here, and they're on the cover. Number 135, October 76. I think Bubs just showed and talked about this book. So I was like, hey, I just bought that. So that's pretty cool. And this was, I think, $7 also. So it was $15, so it was $7.50. And then this one I also have, but this was an upgrade also. Number 124, November 75. First appearance of Earth Prime. And that's where the superheroes only exist in comic books. So yeah, if I could pick up these for $7 in pretty decent grade, I'd say this is high grades, probably hitting right around 8.5s. I'll grab this stuff. And he has some more JLA keys, but I didn't have enough money to pick them all up. So hopefully I might be able to go back there and get them before the sale's over. Or I'm really saving my money because on September, Labor Day, is the big flea market on Monday, and there's all these comic vendors, and you can get amazing deals. So here we go, one more. This is a 100-pager. Really nice grade. It's probably, oh my goodness, this thing's probably like a 8.5. Although it would probably be like a 9 something, but it's got a little bit of damage down here. Number 116, March 75. First appearance of the Golden Eagle, which I have no idea who that is. I have not read this yet. Just a beautiful copy. I paid $7.50 for this too. Anytime you can find these 100-pagers in mid-range to high grade for less than 10, go for it. Okay, so last two. This one was not marked. I was like, is he really going to give it to me for 50 cents? Because the rule is if none of their books are marked, they're $1, and it was half off. And this book usually goes for at least $15 to $20 in high grade. Number 132, July 71, Bob Oxner on the cover. And because it's an incredible grade, yeah, it would go for quite a bit of money. So I got it for 50 cents. He honored the deal, and I was like, sweet. Okay, last book, Big Key. Been wanting this book. I gave up on it because of when the movie came out, it even jumped even higher. Was not going to pay the prices for it. I'm just that kind of a stubborn collector. The store had $75 on it, on the wall. I got to talking with the owner. He said he likes collectors. He don't like flippers. He has more respect for them. And I was looking around, and something just inside said, you know what? Just ask him if he'll take 30. Because that's all. I only had $35, and I wanted to buy some more books. So I said, you know, I don't want to insult you. I'm just going to throw you this price. If you want to take it, if you take it. If you don't, I understand. I said, would you take 30 for it? And he's like, well, how about 35? And I'm like, well, I want to buy these books over here. And at this point, we've been talking a while, getting to know each other. I offered to do some free video work for him. So he goes, yeah, I'll take 30. So I got Joker number 1, May 1975, Denny O'Neil on the story, Irv Novick and Dick Giordano on the art. First Joker in solo series, got it for $30. So happy, really happy for that. And that's called Keep Coffee and Comics in Bellevue, Florida. And I did talk with him. He is wanting to sponsor the channel. But I didn't want too many sponsors because I had to run too many ads in the beginning. So I think maybe next month I'll start putting him up there. And if you're in Bellevue, go in there, and you never know. Mention Nighttiger Comics and maybe you can get a deal. But really cool guy. Happy to get to know him. Happy to get to know all my owners of the LCS. And just, you know, if you go in and you're respectful and you chat with them and you get to know them, you might get those deals. But if you don't, hey, you made a friend. So thank you for all the support over the years. All of you that watch my videos, make comments. I have a great show coming. I'm doing my best, and I'm working behind the scenes with 5 other channels to bring you an incredible game show, trivia, live show in about a month. And I'm just trying my best to make it epic, and I think it is going to be. I think you're going to have fun. And I just love doing this. I love collecting. So I'll leave you with this thought. I was talking with my Steve from Charlton 66 yesterday. Tell me if you do this. Do you ever just kind of walk by your short box or long box, then just kind of thumb through it and go, man, those are all my comics. I own those and they're so cool. You ever just say that to yourself and you feel good? You get that feeling like you've accomplished something by hunting these books and finding the things that you love, and they're there surrounding you. And anytime you want, you can pick them up, hold them, love them, smell them, read them. So that's what I want to leave you with. Again, Nighttiger Comics. Watch, you never know what you're missing. And that's the end of my haul. And I'll be back, baby. Boom.